Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Rachel, before we get into things, I just wanted to ask you, I have an idea for a shirt that is like a polo shirt, but just a regular t-shirt with the weird little polo collar. What do you think about it? Oh no, I'm already wearing one of those. Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Rachel, Tyson Fury dominated Tom Schwarz in 2 rounds. Fantastic, epic performance. I'll tell you what really impresses me the most about Tyson Fury right now is from what I've seen in Tyson Fury, the story I make about Tyson Fury is that he's doing all the things that he needs to do mental health-wise to stay at his best, really, right? So it's easy. I said this in an article for nyfights.com called Who Won the Weekend, that basically the idea is this. I'm a drug addict, so I feel confident I can speak for addicts when I say that it's easier for an addict like Kelsey and probably like Tyson Fury to do big things like in short bursts. Easier for that than it is for an addict to consistently do the right and good thing over time. And that's because if you get into the recovery community a lot, alcoholism or addiction or any kind of addiction at all, most people that end up there are all or nothing type people. And so, as impressed as I was with Tyson Fury coming back from where he was, which is a very difficult thing to do, and his performance against Deontay Wilder, I think I'm more impressed that he actually looks better now than he did when he fought Deontay Wilder, which tells me that he's been putting in the work every single day. He stayed at it, and I'm just really happy for the guy, and I'm glad that there's a good example of this kind of life out there for many people to see.
Yeah, that's my hope is that Tyson Fury is doing what he needs to do to maintain like long-term recovery,
Yeah.
healthy, effective, good recovery. Uh, yeah, it's my hope. I tend to be a little pessimistic, and I
Well,
know
statistics say that most addicts end up not ever getting out of that, right?
right, like
So
addiction
you're
is
not pessimist as much as you are a realist. Like that's just the truth. That's what
right.
the statistics say.
But for an individual person, like, statistics don't matter. It's just like what happens in your life.
Exactly.
Uh, but I'm an outsider. Like, I'm not Tyson Fury. And so, like, I look at Tyson Fury and I know how hard it can be to be a celebrity, to be an athlete, to be like these things and maintain your sobriety / recovery, like keep all that stuff going.
I'll give you a little more information. I did read a story last night by Lance Pugmire, who used to be the boxing writer at the LA Times and is now at The Athletic. He talked to Paris Fury, Tyson's wife and mother of his children, and about Tyson's recovery. And she says just that and Tyson of his own accord says this too, that the most important thing to Tyson Fury is his real life, his life with his wife, his life as a father to his children, his family. He knows that things that come and go in life, like fame and fortune and all that stuff, aren't really life. And so that's great. When I hear that, I think,
Yeah.
great, Tyson Fury, because my fear for Tyson Fury is that he suffers a loss or a setback. And I know from my own experience that losses and setbacks always gave me, Kelsey, a good excuse to use or to go into some other poor behavior that wasn't effective. And so to hear him talking about those kind of things and his wife also echoing the same things on her own, that makes me really happy for where Tyson came from and where he is now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rachel's also come from a difficult place. Kelsey has too. And so, Rachel, I think you wanted to share a little bit about your own experience with some of the same kinds of things that Tyson Fury has gone through in his life, according to him. If you haven't read the Rolling Stone interview when he was really just in a really terrible position, go out and Google that. You can Google that and read about it.
Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that about the interview with his wife and what she said, because I guess there were some things. So, when you're on the outside and it's normal for our minds to want to fill in gaps. So, like, I have an interest in Tyson Fury, right? Like, I'm a fan of boxing. I feel a connection, like, through the recovery and suffering through depression. Like, I feel this stuff. So, when I don't really know Tyson Fury, though. So, all I get is these little sound bites. And so, my brain fills in the gaps.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's where some of my, like, fear came in or concern for Tyson Fury is because I got to hear very little, and generally when I hear people say things that, in my opinion, seem like childish, or like when you're attacking like your opponent, you know, that kind of like verbal like attacks on your opponent and stuff like that. I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's just, I don't get that. That's not who I am. Like, I don't do that. I don't get that kind of. So I guess I had some concern where I was like, has he grown? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's not necessarily like a sign of maturity or what have you.
Tyson Fury is a great promoter of his own stuff. And so Tyson Fury will say all sorts of crazy nonsense before the fight, but he does it in a jovial, good-natured way. He's not really personally attacking people, and you see that after the fights, even against Deontay Wilder and even against Tom Schwarz, how after the fight, he's with them. Not only in the center of the ring after the fight, but after the fight, you see pictures of the guys together because he's just promoting the fight, and he does it, I think, in the best way possible, in that you need that those sound bites, and you need that promotion from the fighter. That's why people tune into fights. Muhammad Ali knew that. I think he went over the line against Joe Frazier. Some people have gone over the line often, but Tyson Fury does it in a way that you kind of know that he's joking around, or you're like, is he? But it's good nature and jovial. And even in the build-up to Wilder and Fury, the first fight, you could tell that even though both of them were kind of talking noise about each other, that they loved each other, and I think that they still do, and I love that. I think that's a great example of what boxing promotion should be, but I do understand your point, because you see a lot more of it than just Tyson Fury out there who do go over the line and say ridiculous things and act ridiculous ways.
Right. So, like, just as somebody that has an interest, like, I'm glad to hear just more about like the recovery aspect, and I guess my hope would be is that like he could share more about that, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that struggle with addiction and depression, and not that it's anybody else's job
I mean, I wish there was like, I don't know, like a award-winning boxing writer who maybe had gone through a similar experience, who maybe even won an award for talking about that experience with Tyson Fury, like seeing that in his own life. And I wish that Tyson could talk to that person. Can you think of anybody that maybe would be good for that, who's in recovery as well?
Is it me?
Is it you? Perhaps. You are in recovery, but
but wait, I'm not an award-winning boxing writer.
So
then I guess that kind of leaves.
Is there anybody else? Oh, of course. Yeah, you know, I didn't skip my mind that I just won a boxing writing award for an article called Tyson Fury, Mental Health and Vulnerability. What a great opportunity it would be. Does anybody know how to contact Tyson? Every day I go outside and I'm like, Tyson! Tyson! You know, I don't know. I want to do a quick plug here for The Athletic, which I subscribed to recently. And I don't have any, like, there's nothing tied to The Athletic. Like, they don't give me nothing. I don't really even know the boxing writers are right there, other than I know that their work. But man, you want to talk about like excellent writing. Reminds me of it reminds me of some other type of high quality sports writing, but that to me was always a little snooty. So I think about Bill Simmons and his site Grantland back in the day, right? But this, to me, like, this is both high quality, awesome stuff that you're not going to get anywhere else, and like I'm really impressed with it. I really feel like I'm in tune with the boxing world now. So I would just encourage you, like, if you're out there, I think they have a promotion right now where you get half off for the year, so it's only $30 for the whole year. You get all the sports writing that you want. You can select and stuff, and the interface on it is super awesome. Like, it's probably the best news reading app that I've ever seen.
All right, then.
Why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
I wanted to give a quick plug, but you know what I want to give a quicker plug for? Is Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. It's so fast it's already over.
But we appreciate it when you like, comment, and subscribe.